Hello, Eric. How are you today?
I'm good.
Actually, that's the first time I've said that to him today.
That's the first time in a long time.
Oh, oh boy.
It's like a marriage.
You're just full of the goodness today. This is why we're so far apart. Hey, this came up where someone, a group, the family, was 5 years away from retirement, and they have enough. They're going to be just fine, but they're like, dude, where do we start? Like, we don't even know what check boxes to fill out there. And that was the person that actually asked for the checklist. So we ended up with a checklist. Yep. But we're going to go over a few of them here today, things that you want to know. We'll just rattle off some of them. And all I say is you just pick 4 at a minimum. Haven't done that in a while. Pick 4 things and just start. Go, okay, I'm going to get help with that. I'm going to find it. I'm going to do it, whatever. Eric, what you got?
Just to kind of start, you've really got, go into a plan. If we get this all the time, hey, I'm close to 5 years out, trying to figure out what I need to do now, get my life in order. Can I retire? Can I not? Oftentimes we put numbers together and it's like, okay, you can retire, but what does everything else look like? A lot of people are invested more aggressively right this second prior to retirement. And then once they get closer to retirement, they're like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And we've really got to look at that.
And the numbers are bigger too. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why when people win the lottery, it's like, oh my God, it's such a big number. They freak out.
Well, you get $2 million and you have a 20% pullback in the market, you're down, $400,000.
Yeah, you feel it.
That's some chest pain for you. And so we want to look at investment allocation and really testing the plan here. And you can kind of see how, I've got the first side, proposed side on the left, and then on the right side is current plan. So current plan's a bit more aggressive. Obviously, they're going to have more money at the end of the plan, but at the same time, their probability of success is lower. The reason for that is because you're taking a lot more risk for that. So yeah, you've got, a little catch-22 there versus, hey, maybe we have a little less money, but a higher probability of success. We want to find what works for you though, because some people can stomach the risk still and other people can't. And that's what we really want to work with you and find. And so if you're not working with somebody, think about it for yourself, really thinking through what is going to be the best scenario for me. Can I stomach a 20% pullback and 400,000 down if I have 2 million? Or is it like, hey, not so much? And I love the bucket 1, bucket 2 instead of 3 bucket strategy or 10 bucket strategy. Just the idea of, hey, you've got some money that's short-term money. You've got some money that's long-term money. Because when you're trying to sit there and rob one bucket and throw it into another bucket sometimes, and then eventually this bucket gets low and then the market falls, now you've just got a mess. It's like, hey, keep a couple buckets, keep it simple. It's a whole different concept that maybe another video for another day for you.
That was really well said, man. Like I was motivated for a second. Like the tone, the cadence, did you hear it? I mean, I'm a little rough around the edges, I guess, but I will shake that off. So where I land in this is taxes. So tax strategy for me has got to be a part of what you're doing when you're doing the planning there. And I think a lot of people mistake that for like, well, we'll just put some money in this account versus this account. And okay, that's fine. That's a good starting point. But I like to break it down a little bit further. Like a video that I am about to do is basically looking at how do we save in taxes when somebody wanted to do a backdoor Roth IRA or just put 5% more in a regular 401k and not even worry about the back door. Like, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out at what point do you end up with more dollars through your whole life than just saying, okay, well, I'm going to save on taxes this year. So that's a big one for me and it's always a little tug of war with the accountants. Not that they're bad or anything's wrong, but they want to save you money in this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm kind of like, hey, but if it means I end up with less money overall through the rest of my life, I'd like to know that. So that's a big one for me. It's a small difference when you're younger, but again, 5 years from retirement, things like that start making a big, big difference there. So that's kind of where I fall.
Yeah, and you've got to still think through too, just looking at your overall plan, where you're at. What's the if the grenade falls in the lap here, what do we do? Do you lose your job? You've got 5-year runway here before retirement. You lose your job. Well, do you go back to work? Do you not? Do you have the money? Do you not? Potentially health fails, something happens.
Yeah.
There's always the chance of that. And it's not that, we want to sit there and sell you a bunch of life insurance nonsense.
Oh boy, so, Chris not here.
If he was took here, a jab there for some people. No, it's not something like that. It's really thinking through and saying, hey, can I make it with my plan? Does this cover what I need to what I need to have? And so really thinking through that, talking to so many people that are looking to retire. Let's just say you're looking to retire at, 57 years old. Well, cool. You're going to use the rule of 55. The 401k is there. You've got the option. What happens when you're 5 years out, you're 52, you are saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to make it to 55 at least. And then you don't because something happens. That's where you've got to really start to think through. Do you need a brokerage account, a bridge account to kind of get you through? Do you have a Roth account that possibly you could pull the principal balance, worst case scenario, if you had to? So really just thinking through those things and making sure that, hey, you know, if something comes up that I'm not completely derailed, there's other options out there. Rule of 72T. If you roll it all to an IRA, you can set up a systematic withdrawal there. But you've just got to really know that you got almost like a plan B there for you just in case something happens.
Are we being attacked?
It sounds like something's on the roof.
Hey, withdrawal strategy. This is a common one. You could look at it anywhere on YouTube, probably a lot of our videos. But the thought here is, hey, back in the day, you had a pension when you were done with your job, and some people still do, but you had a fixed amount. You were going to get paid, and maybe you had some savings. Well, when they kind of did away with that, now you got a 401k. Oh, wait, now we have a Roth 401k. I started a traditional IRA before I had this, and then I had a SEP for a while because I had a side business. The point of that is most people have lots of different accounts. And when it comes to that planning for the retirement, hey, how much money comes from each one? Really, really particular there is what I like to do, because it changes your taxes and it changes the longevity of the account. Because the first thing Eric mentioned was the investments, right? What if that one account is a freaking roller coaster, right? And the other account's in, a CD. I don't know why, but it's in a CD. But yet you're withdrawing from this one when times are good. So that sort of withdrawal plan there, huge. Love that.
Yep. And then I think I got one more is just really stress test. What happens if the market falls apart and you have a pullback 20% and
it will. And it's going to happen.
Next year, following year. How many clients though
this year, please,
have you seen? I feel like there's the clients out there, I know one that comes to mind directly. And she retired January of 2022. And she was just like, I've met my number. You always have to have a number. That's what everybody wants to be like, well, I want to meet this certain net worth. We always quit worrying about the net worth. Focus on what you need as far as income. You may be able to retire earlier. But if you're focused on this number, just know that the market's going to pull back at some point and you're going to have to realize that, hey, we're under that number now. Stress testing the plan to see, can you afford a 20% drop at retirement? Really, that kind of goes back to that in asset allocation, making sure you've got everything aligned so that hey, I've got some little money over here or some short-term money over here I can pull from in the short term.
And to me, it's not just stress testing the potential account balance, but what if healthcare costs more? You know what I mean? How much more can it cost before you're in trouble? What if, hey, we didn't realize we were going to get taxed on some of this Social Security here. Well, what if that reduces the amount that you were planning on getting? So it's those little stress tests.
Married, filing jointly. What if one of the spouses passes away unexpectedly?
Or a gray divorce. That's a thing.
One Social Security coming in. Yeah.
I saw the whole...
What's it called? Grave divorce?
It's called a gray divorce.
Oh, gray.
Yeah, this is a side topic, but
okay.
It's people that just get a little older and they're like, hey, we're good. Go ahead. And they're just getting divorced. They're not mad. They're not, it's a whole thing.
That's your joke?
It's not a good joke. No. Speaking of not good jokes, hit me.
A is for apple. And B is for bananas. What's C for?
I don't want to say.
Plastic explosives.
Oh, yeah, it's a thinker.
Okay. There we go.
All right. Wow, then I better go obvious. What's the biggest city in America? Obesity.
Oh, hey, that is true.
Gotcha.
That is true. Take care of your health, people.
Oh, boy. What's up with you today, man?
Take care of your health. What?
You just... you feeling it today.
I'm feeling? What am I feeling?
You have a good tone. I
woke up at 5.
Oh, okay.
That was what happened.
Hey, well.
I went to bed at 11:30.
What do you think? Let me, guys, am I off here? He just feels like almost like you got a good rhythm to your voice today. It's like, it's very...
Maybe the problem is I need to be a little tired, so it tones me down a little bit.
It could be.
Makes me real smooth.
Could
be. Thank you for joining.
When you were
the Jazz Wealth.
Yeah. You ever, it was like watching the teaching moment in Full House. It's like the voice right there where the music slows down.
I know next time you'll think things through a lot more carefully. Because you're a lot better than what I saw today.
And you did it.
Nice.
It's good. I like it, right? Full House, no?
Yeah.
And Danny Tanner would teach, this is why we don't drink or sneak out or whatever.
Dead.
Well, unfortunately, yeah.
That's kind of weird one still. I still don't know about that.
I remember the first time I heard him do his stand-up.
You think Illuminati took him out?
No.
I don't know.
I think he just had,
Spiraling.
yeah. But
First
remember
stand-up?
when he did stand up for the first time and you're like, no, Danny, no, don't
Yeah.
say that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude was pretty crude.
Oh, he went for it.
Yep.
It worked though. Rest in peace. Oh, we're done. See ya.